If f of x is equal to f of negative x, my function is even. Very good. If f of negative x is equal to the opposite of f of x, my function is very good. All right. So, that's exactly right. If it's not either one of these, or either one of these, then it's neither, neither. However you like to say that, right? Tomato, tomato, whatever flips your boat. Yes.
Why don't you turn the mic on to yourself, like the mic like facing yourself?
I don't know. I'm sure everybody's just dying to hear us. Okay. So, I'm going to give you some, and you tell me if they're even, odd, or neither. Neither. However you say it. All right. Did y'all do this one? F of x is equal to x cubed minus x. Okay. Did y'all do this one? X squared plus 1. Okay. That's dumb. All right. Did y'all do this one? X to the third. Quit saying that. Now I know y'all are lying. X to the third minus 1. Y'all didn't do that one. Tell me, even, odd, or neither? Even, odd, or neither? You're wrong. You're wrong. What?
Oh, no, it's not. It's not everybody. No, this stuff's not that much. We can say it out loud, but
Yeah, wait. Okay, y'all got it? All right. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to make me 3 columns because I'm comparing 3 things. I know one of them, all right, but I have to find the other 2. Sometimes I only have to find 1. If these 2 are equal, then I'm stopping, okay? So now I'm going to plug in a negative x for this x. So that'll be negative x to the third minus 1. Now, y'all, what's the rule? When you raise a negative to an even power, yeah, he just drops. The sign goes away. But if I raise a negative to an odd power, he stays. You keep that sign. So negative x to the third minus 1. Are these 2 equal? Then guess what he's not? He's not even, okay? This one is the opposite of f of x. All it wants you to do is just change everybody's sign. So he becomes negative x to the third plus 1. Are these 2 equal? These 2 aren't equal, and these 2 aren't equal, then what is he? Very good. Okay? All right. Can everybody do even and odd? All right. So the next one, the next section is 1.4, and it is graphing common functions. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of go through here. I'm going to draw a picture, and I want you to think about what's the name of the function, what's its parent function, and can I write the equation to that function? That's what you're going to have to do on the test, okay? I'm asking you about the parent function and all that kind of stuff just to kind of jog your memory because you have a test on Tuesday. Everybody agree? Okay. The memory test on Tuesday. That's 13 functions. Now, first of all, let me warn you about this. When I'm asking about these functions, none of them are sine, cosine, or tangent. Okay? None of them are sine, cosine, and tangent. I put those on there because I just want them to stay in your mind. So they're on your memory test, okay? All right, so here we go. Two minutes. I want you to write the name of it, what type of function it is, what its parent function is, and then see if you can write the equation for this function. Okay, you want to do one as an example? No. Huh? Uh-huh. Well, here. What's the name of this?
Parabola.
No. Quadratic. Good. All right. What's its parent function? Now, write the equation for this graph right there. Shh. You just do it. Okay.
It's not going to give you that one. It's not as much.
Yeah, I did. I gave it to you exactly. All right, are you ready? What's the first thing that you notice about it? It opens upside down. So what does that do? Yeah. Is the negative on the X or on the outside? It's on the outside. Because that reflects it over the X-axis when you put it on the Y. It makes it open down. The very first thing that you do. If you put the negative on the X, it's going to be the last thing you do, and that's reflecting it over the Y. Okay? That's the most difficult kind. All right. So then it's X. What? Y.
Because it moves to the right.
Very good. And then I square it. I'm going to show you what the mistake's going to be. Here's what I saw in some of those piecewise functions. Y'all, that doesn't move it to the right 3. He's not with the X unless you put him in parentheses and square it. Okay? Now what'd you do? Plus 2. Okay? So everybody okay with that? Nope. All right. That one right there. He's not going to be either one. Is he symmetrical to the y-axis? He's not symmetrical to the y-axis. Okay? Yeah. So, all right. I'm going to say this. The majority of the functions aren't even or odd. They're neither. Okay? All right. Let's do this one. You listen 3 things. What's it called, what's its parent function, and write the equation of it. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it will be.
So the negative be on the outside of it.
Okay, you got it? Okay, what's it called? Absolute value. What's its parent function? All right. What's the equation of this? Negative. Very good. Look, yeah, I was really tricky, okay, but I was very specific in the points that I put. The slope of this is 2, okay? So negative 2 times the absolute value of, to move it, x minus 2 plus 3. Very good. Very good. Yeah. All right, so let's try another one. Yeah.
Oh,
The negative with the X, don't you
Reflected over the Y.
with it?
Yeah.
with it,
Mhm.
uh,
Yeah. All right. So what's this one called?
square root function.
Square root. The parent function f of x is equal to.
Square root x.
Well, it's called a square root because a radical could be a cube root or anything. A radical is just a thing. There's a rational function. That's probably what you're thinking. All right. So the equation of this one, y is equal to negative. That's what made it go down instead of normally it goes up. Square root of x minus 2 minus 1. Very good. Okay, now I'm going to do one. This is going to be the hardest one that you do. It's going to mess more kids up than any of them. Hmm? Bless you.
It must be rolling the ground out there, like that thing that.
I know, it's just vibrating the whole thing. Drives me crazy.
Earlier during like the first 10 to 15 minutes of our Spanish class, the whole class felt like the whole thing rolled and you could hear it.
I don't know how they do that. I don't know what they're doing.
They're
Maybe
packing the dirt.
the machine.
To lay the
Is the
concrete.
machine bouncing up and down?
It
Is that
does
what it's
vibrate.
doing?
I'm pretty sure the roller's vibrating.
Okay. All right. So this one right here. Now, the first thing I notice is this thing is going the wrong way, right? So the negative is on the x, okay? That's going to make it hard. You got to really think about it. So, yes, the negative is on the x. What am I going to do here?
plus 3.
Why is it plus 3?
It
It is. You had to make it go, look, you think about your function. Here's the parent function right here, right? And you had to make it go over here. Now he's like this. Now when you reflect him over, he goes over here. All right? Now, so listen, here's what I want to say. Kids are going to look at that and say the translation is 3 to the right. Is that true? No. The translation is 3 to the left. And then it has a reflection, which makes it appear to be 3 to the right. Does everybody understand? Okay, those are the hardest ones. All right, let's do one more. Let's do one like this.
You're going to give us x cubed.
No, I did one like x cubed for the other classes, but I think y'all got it. It's not a big deal. All right, so let's do this. I'm going to draw a function up here, and then we're going to do some transformations. Well, if you want to know if someone knows what they're doing, you give them one like this, because they can really mess you up. Those are supposed to be straight lines, okay? They look like, yeah. Well, I mean, they're not like like this one goes straight to there, and that one should go straight to there, and that one goes straight to there. This is my function f of x. He's composed of 4 points. Okay? Do you remember this from Algebra 2? Alright? So, what's the first point? We're going to read from left to right. So, there's the first point. What is it? 0, negative 1.
Is this how you write this button?
Nope. What's this one? 1, 0. Do you think it was just odd and by coincidence they put points on the axis? No, those are the most commonly missed points, guys. You get those x's and y's mixed up. What's this point right here? 3, 1.
4, 2.
And 4, 2. Okay. Yes, they're supposed to be straight. Those like little spider webs, but they're not. Alright. So what if I did this? What was that? That wasn't me. Alright. Now, what is that negative? Who is that negative on? The y. Okay? He's on the y. If he was on the x, where would he be? Inside there on that x. Alright. So what's it gonna do to this? It's gonna reflect it over the x-axis. So this point's actually gonna be here. You agree? This point, you can say where he is. Where's this point gonna be? Down here. Where's this point gonna be? Down here. Now, what if somebody wasn't a visual person? What if they said, I don't like all that mess, Miss Davis. I just want to use these points. What am I going to do? All you're going to do is put a negative on the y. So, 0. What's the opposite of negative 1? Nope. All right. What's this one going to be? 1, 0, because you can't take the opposite of 0. What's this one going to be? What's this one going to be? Okay, so what if I did this to it? What if I said, okay, now if you're a visual person, you might want to see what's happening. Start at this first point. What does the minus 2 do to it? Moves it to the right 2. What does the 1 do to it? So now he's right here. You agree? Now, if you're not a visual person, what are you going to want to do to these points? What does that minus 2 do? It adds 2. He's with an X, guys. He's the opposite of what you think every stinking time. Okay? So I'm going to add 2. What about the Y? He add 1, just like you think he will. So what's my point? 2, 0. And that's exactly where I ended up. If you wanted to do this one, you could go right 2 and up 1. And there I am. Or you can go plus 2 and plus 1. 3, 1. What's the next point? 5, 2. What's the next point? Okay? So, I know, it's almost time to go. Let me do one more. I'm going to make this one a hard one, right? Okay. Let's look at the x's. Am I going to do this negative first, or am I going to do this plus 1 thing first? Yeah, y'all, when you put a negative on the x, that's the last transformation that you make. Okay? So what's this plus 1? Let's go erase these numbers. What's this plus 1 going to do to it? Minus 1. What's 0 minus 1? Negative 1. Now what's that negative going to do to it? Make it a positive 1. And then just subtract 2. Because that negative's not affecting this guy. Okay? What's negative 1 and negative 2? Alright? You do the next one. What'd you get?
-1, -2.
0, -2. Because remember, this +1 says -1, that's 0, you can't change the sign. So 0, -2. Do this one.
So why can't you change this one?
Because it's 1 minus 1 is 0. 0 doesn't have a sign.
I'm talking about...
Look, what does this +1 do, guys? What are you going to do? -1. What's 3 minus 1? What's the opposite of it? -2. And then -2 here. What's 1 minus 2? You ought to get this one right. What is it? Perfect.
Why don't you take the offset and put -1 with the negative?
Because you don't do this till last. Okay? So you minus the 1 and get 3, and then the opposite of 3 is -3. Okay?